Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it's not your first time here, thanks for coming back. So today, I am going to be filming, or I have already filmed. I have a 3 palettes, 3 looks video for you today. I have 3 indie palettes that I picked up recently, added to my collection, and I'm using them for the first time, creating a look with each of the palettes. This is not a review video, so I have to continue using these palettes many times over before I have my final thoughts, and I usually have a palette ranking review style video every 6 to 8 weeks or so where I give you my final thoughts. These will show up in that video eventually. The first look you're gonna see is with the Ghostface Lives from Glamlite. This really pretty, spooky, cool toned palette. The second look you are gonna see is with the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Rich Romantic palette, which is very different from the Ghostface Lives palette. It's much more of a, I think a little more spring palette, rosy tones, some neutrals, an absolutely beautiful, gorgeous palette. And then the look you're seeing is the third look with the Cosmic Brushes Gothic palette. This is definitely, again, more spooky, a little darker, really gorgeous palette. I am gonna link all of these palettes down below. I am also going to list everything I'm wearing on my face in every single look in the description box. And if you enjoy these types of videos, please give it a thumbs up so I know that you enjoy it. And leave me a comment letting me know any of your thoughts on any of these palettes. And if you enjoy indie makeup, you should definitely consider subscribing. By the way, this video idea was created by my friend Angelica Nyqvist. I think it's a great idea to be able to showcase several palettes in one video and just kind of give you a little sampling of every single palette. All right, so I am going to create a look with the Glamlite Ghostface palette. I love Scream. It is my favorite horror movie. It was a favorite movie of mine growing up. So when I saw that they were doing a Ghostface collab, I was there. I only picked up the palette and the hand mirror. I was planning on picking up the highlighter, but they had some sort of glitch during launch that I was not able to grab it, which is fine. I've got plenty of highlighters, but I'm very excited to create a look with this. I love the actual outer carton packaging. It's shaped like an old school TV, like one of the big box TVs. It has a remote here. On the back, it has information about the palette. And then we have the signature lenticular cover that Glamlite seems to be doing a lot lately. Love that. And here is what the color story looks like. Very, very cool toned, very smoky, very 90s, if you ask me. The official name of this palette is the Ghostface Lives palette. It does retail for $32. It is a 15 pan palette from creamy mattes that blend like whispered secrets in the dark to duochrome shimmers that glisten like the sharpest blade. I'm not a huge cool tone lover, but the theme got me. You know, I had to do it. So the other thing I picked up, like I said, is the hand mirror. This is a really fun hand mirror, and it is very, very lightweight. The quality is very nice. I love a hand mirror where I can see my entire face, and this one is one of those. The mirror does retail for $26, and at the moment of filming, both the palette and the hand mirror are still available. All right, let's create a look. I do like the fact with this palette that Glamlite doesn't always do with their palettes is there are quite a few light mattes, which I appreciate. Their palettes tend to be pretty deep in terms of the mattes, so I feel like there is a pretty good gradient here. So I am first gonna go in with the shade Chilled Frost, this gray, and I'm gonna just sweep it through my crease. I've already primed my eyes, by the way. Yeah, actually that's quite light. All right, next I'm gonna go in with the shade Shadows Back right here, just a slightly deeper gray, and put this a little bit lower in the crease. My plan is I want to create more of like a smoky wing and have that be more of the focus. So I am gonna go in with an angled brush, and I'm gonna go into the shade Vintage Mask, which is the matte black. And I'm gonna create a wing with this. And I'm actually gonna spray it to start with, almost like mimicking a liquid liner. Okay, so I just did that eyeshadow wing really on the outer part of my eye. What I'm gonna do really quickly off camera is I'm gonna go and just line my upper lash line with a liquid eyeliner pen just to get it really close to my lash line and define it. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this little more like smudgy flat brush, and I'm gonna pick up the shade Halloween Icon, which is a little more of like a slate gray color, and I'm gonna blend it out at my lash line and a little bit on the wing. And then I'm gonna go in with a really small pencil brush. This one is from Blend Bunny, it's the B2. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade Shadows Back, and I'm gonna pick that up and just smudge that out a little bit more focusing on the kind of the middle of my eye to the tail. I'm just gonna take the NYX Glitter Primer and tap it on the center of my lid. I wanna go in with this duochrome shade called Mirror Gleam. It looks like a really pretty mint green to like a bluish purple. And I don't want it to be super opaque, so I am just more going to tap it just to get that sparkle. That is gorgeous. And then I'm gonna go back in with that smudging brush and kind of redefine my liner. No extra product on the brush. All right, let's finish up the lower lash line together. Everything else that is on my face, of course, I will link down below in the description box. I'm gonna take a flat definer brush and I'm gonna go into that matte black shade called Vintage Mask, and I'm going to spray it and push it up against my lower lash line. I'm gonna go into that smudging brush that I used earlier. I'm gonna go into the shade Shadows Back, and I'm just gonna smudge that out a little bit. I'm gonna take a tiny little blending brush, and I'm gonna go into the shade Chilled Frost and just blend that out. For my inner corner, I am gonna try this matte shade called Movie Night. It looks like it's gonna be bright enough, and if it's not, I'll go into another palette and get like a matte white to layer on top. All right, and this is the finished look. What do you think? I think it came out so beautifully. I love doing a smoky wing, especially when I have these like deeper, cooler tones, rather than kind of blow them out all over my eye, although I do like doing that too. But this is a kind of a fun way that I really like to wear these types of tones. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And I was able to use that matte shade Movie Night on its own in my inner corner. It's just the borderline of bright enough for what I personally like for an inner corner highlight, but I love how this look came out. The mattes were really easy to work with, pigmented. This shimmer on the lid is stunning. You can really see the shifts. I love Glamlite shimmers. I think their shimmers are absolutely incredible, so I'm very happy with this look. I want to hear from you. Did you pick up this palette? Did you pick up anything from the collection? Did you pick up the whole collection? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I would really love to know. All right, I'm going to send you off to the next look now. All right, next up, we are going to be doing a look with the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Rich Romantic Palette. By we, I mean me. This is my very first purchase from the brand. I've obviously heard so many great things about this brand, and you are the ones that influenced me to buy this, because every time I've mentioned the brand on my channel, so many people comment saying how beautiful their formulas are. And when I saw them release this particular palette, I thought, this is the one for me. Let's talk about the packaging first off. So this is the unit carton that it comes in, really pretty cardboard with like iridescent holographic flower details. And the actual palette itself is a faux leather. It feels really high quality, really sturdy, really nice. And then on the inside, we have this beautiful rosy toned color story, also with some neutrals, also with some pops. And I have already swatched this palette, and the swatches blew me away. The mattes are really pigmented feeling, at least, and swatching, and the shimmers in this are really special. They're I want to say they're all multi-chromes. I don't know. Let's see what they have to say. So this is the Rich Romantic palette. It does retail for $59. I did purchase this myself. Unveil the essence of love and opulence with our new Rich Romantic eyeshadow palette. This alluring palette boasts a captivating blend of multi-chromes, sparkly shimmers, luxurious metallics, and velvety mattes, all drenched in rich romantic tones. It says 1 duochrome, 4 multi-chromes, 1 sparkling shimmer, 1 metallic, 8 mattes. At the moment of filming, it is available for pre-order that will ship the mid to end of November. This is from an Australian indie brand, so it did take a little while to get to me, which is expected. I did kind of presume that that would be the case, but I'm so excited to dig in with my brushes and get this on my eyes, so let's do it. I am thinking I want to do something a little pinky today, so I am going to go in with the shade Admire up here on a Singe EO3. I'm going to go very light-handed into it because, like I said, these looked really pigmented when I swatched them on my arms. My hair is absolutely insane today. I have already primed my eyes, so let's go in with this shade. And of course, I want to hear from you in the comments. Did you pick up this palette? Have you used this brand before? And if you have, what's your experience? All right, with a really light hand, I'm gonna go into the shade Lover, which looks absolutely beautiful, but I don't want it to be too dramatic. I wanna go a little lighter and brighter today. Let's see if that's possible. These metallics, which you already saw in the swatches, are absolutely insanely beautiful. It's like, how do I choose just one? Because these are so emollient and like almost wet feeling, I'm not gonna put the NYX glitter primer down. I'm just gonna go right onto my lid. And I think the one I'm going to use is the shade Charming over here. It's just like basically closing my eyes and pointing to one because they're all so gorgeous. So, beautiful. I think what I'm gonna do, I want to try to use the shade Lover as a winged liner, just like a soft little baby wing. So I'm first gonna just line my upper lash line with it, and then I'll wing it out. Okay, let's finish up the lower lash line together. I'm gonna go in with that shade Lover on an angled brush and just run this on the outer part of my lower lash line. I'm gonna take a pencil brush and I'm gonna go into Admire and just blend that out. And for my inner corner, I'm gonna do a matte inner corner today. I'm gonna go into the shade Intoxicating. All right, and this is the finished look. What do you think? I mean, I think it came out really beautiful. I obviously didn't use a ton of shades in the palette, so I am gonna continue using this, but my first impression is, from the packaging to the color story to the different formulas in here, I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed. I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this palette. I'm really drawn to this color story. It's got what I want. The shimmers are stunning. And this one that I used on the lid, Charming, I'm thinking is a multi-chrome or at least a duochrome. It doesn't like list specifically on their website which shades are what, but there's a definite shift. And I love these type of shades where they are smooth yet sparkly. They don't cause fallout. They're not chunky or textured. They're just really smooth, glide over the lid, but they still have that little sparkle. Absolutely beautiful. The mattes were incredibly easy to work with. I don't really have anything negative to say about the mattes at all whatsoever. They were really easy to work with. So I'm very excited to continue playing with this. And you'll have to let me know if you picked this up as well and if you are enjoying it as well. Let me know. All right, and now I'm gonna send you off to the last look. All right, and now I'm going to do a look with the Cosmic Brushes Gothic palette. Let's talk about the packaging because this packaging is probably my favorite of the three. It is stunning with this like matte black and then all of the details that are like shiny. Ooh, so beautiful. It is a 12 pan palette and it is pretty much a monochromatic purple palette, which I'm not complaining about because I love purple. I will tell you though, when they first sneak peeked this cover, this was not the color story I was expecting at all, but I like the color story. Obviously, I bought the palette. You'll have to let me know your thoughts on this palette. Did you pick it up? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk a little bit about the palette. The brand is cruelty-free. This palette is vegan. It does retail for $28 USD. Cosmic Brushes is a UK-based indie brand. I did purchase this myself. It says 12-shade Gothic palette inspired by elegant Gothic horror with deep, rich tones of wine, plum, and berries to create the most beautiful glam goth looks. With 5 metallics, and 7 mattes, 1 multi-chrome metallic, 1 duochrome metallic, and 1 matte with shimmery sparkles. I really love the fact that Cosmic Brushes is able to keep their palettes pretty affordable, and they only put like 1 or 2 special shades in a palette, which is honestly all I personally need. I'm not really gonna reach for a special shade every single time I do my makeup, and that's just my preference. I love their matte formula as well. It is phenomenal. So if this is the same good quality that I've used in the past from them, I think I'm really going to enjoy this. So let's create a look with it. I'm first gonna go in with the shade Lace, this really pretty like light mauve color. I have already primed my eyes, and I'm just gonna place this through my crease. Yeah, already with this shade, I can tell their mattes are so good because they're pigmented enough that you don't have to like sit here and build them up. And within just like a couple of swipes, they're pretty much blended. It's really nice. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Serpent right here. And I'm just gonna place this a little bit lower the crease. I'm now gonna go into the shade Phantom right here and just deepen up my outer corner with it. Look at that pigment, wow. For purples, those were pretty effortless to use. Just for the fun of it, I'm gonna take the shade Gothic, which is that matte with sparkle. I wanna use it just as a matte, so I'm gonna pick it up on my brush and I'm gonna tap it off so that a lot of the sparkles dissipate. And I just wanna place this in the very outer corner of my eye. I'm gonna go in with the NYX Glitter Primer, and then I'm gonna go in with the shade Nocturnal all over the lid. Super pretty. Another one of these favorite formulas of mine that are like really smooth, but sparkly. Let's finish up the lower lash line together. I'm gonna go in with the shade Phantom on a flat definer brush and just push it up against my lower lash line. Next, I'm gonna go in with the pencil brush into the shade Serpent, and I'm gonna blend that out. And then I'm gonna go in with the little fluffy brush into the shade Lace and blend that out. In the waterline, I am of course going to put ColourPop's Charmer. For my inner corner, I am going to use the Iridescent Multichrome, which is obscure, and it is like a blue to purple flip. I'm going to pick that up on the brush. I'm going to spray the brush. I'm going to put it into my inner corner and kind of layer it a little bit onto the inner part of my lid as well. Oh, that's so beautiful. And Cosmic Brushes does this a lot. They do add like one iridescent multichrome duochrome in their palette, and I think it's fun because you can layer it or use it on its own, and it's like a fun, versatile shade. All right, and this is the finished look. What do you think? I think it came out really pretty. I love purples, and I had absolutely no issues working with any of these shades. I really love the addition of this iridescent duochrome that I layered in my inner corner. It just adds like a little pop of something unexpected. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy these types of videos. I think it was a great idea that Angie had creating this type of video, and I really love filming them. Of course, leave me your thoughts on any of these palettes, any of these looks down below in the comments, because I love hearing from you. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot when you do that. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing before you leave. I do upload videos weekly, and I'd love to see you back on my channel again. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.